Hello and welcome to Topson. My name is William Lebowski. Today we are at Zandvoort, back in the Skippy. I was going to say back again in the Skippy, so I'll just say back in the Skippy because I feel like the love affair that I'm experiencing with this Skippy is not necessarily documented yet, but expect plenty more Skip Barber races to come in the future just because of how much I love. What the hell are you doing? Just because of how much I love the driving experience in it, and it's just so immersive and addicting and fundamental. And I don't know about you, but I could always work on my racing fundamentals. My racing background is that of cycling, so it's not like I have any formal track day experience or any real motorsports experience. And so generally speaking, no one has sat me down and made me understand a book of rules before getting in a vehicle or anything like that. Oh, almost right back in front of us. Oh my, if we had slowed down even a little bit, we would have surely made contact there. Looks like Mika Hakkinen decides to back off. At least I think that was the Mika Hakkinen car. But it looks like the AI a little bit shaken right now. I think everyone's slowing down somehow. They became sentient and realized that their race could be over at just any moment's notice. But yeah, the driving experience is second to none in this car. I'm having so much fun with it, and it's just teaching me things that get applied to all of my other different types of racing. Whether I jump into a GT3 car in ACC or whether I jump into a LMP2 car in R Factor 2. I just constantly can be reminded of the very fundamental things that I learned here. And one thing that I was really concerned about with this old Zandvoort version was I was going to be like, oh, it's old. Ooh, almost went to the sand there. I was like, I want to race the new Zandvoort. I want to be all shiny. But after spending some time lapping here, I'm really realizing how much better this version of Zandvoort is for these Skippies, just because these Skippies, the more fundamental everything is, the more they shine. And the big facelifts, obviously there's a lot of visual changes that did happen from Zandvoort, and those were hugely impressive. But a lot of the changes to the actual track in terms of the way it raced was, of course, the corner we're going through now is now massively banked, which allows, some slingshotting, different types of lines, which really is exciting. And sometimes as I'm going through there against the AI, it would be nice to have the option to slingshot around them or to go through a different line instead of the preferred line. But in these Skippies, having just working on my fundamentals and using that on the track is such a more fun experience to me than using the banking and just having this flat track with some nice elevation change. Some flat corners rather. This is not a flat track. Some flat corners with some nice elevation changes to really throw some curveballs at you are really enough for this track. And when I think about it, this track didn't need its facelift, but obviously the goal being Formula One, if it wanted Formula One, which it got, it needed to make those changes. However, I'm really realizing how amazing and how perfect is never a great word to just throw around, but how amazing a combo these two things are. Although I do understand it in the modern day, being very limited here. And that's kind of how I feel when it comes to like the big bad boy GT3s in ACC, because of course in ACC you got the old layout here as well, and it just feels pretty limited. I really, especially the GT3s and the GT4s, they really do shine on those bankings, just because it really changes Zandvoort. There's lots of parts of Zandvoort that are single file. The twisty up and down area in Sector 2 is really single file, and as you transition into Sector 3, it really remains single file even as the track gets wider. So there are some really amazing passing opportunities that have been opened up, like right here, especially with those GT3s, GT4s, and all the way up to the Formula One cars. It's really created some spectacular moments. So in order to keep up with modern day of racing, really happy that it's been done. But really loving how this version of the track races with the Skippy. Okay, let's see here. And now as this race narrows down and I start to see fewer and fewer cars ahead of me, it really starts to get tempting to start pushing beyond what I'm capable of doing in this car. It gets so tempting to do that, and ooh, just like that, I was about to say the place that really happens to me is on the brakes. I really like to go for braking maneuvers that the car just isn't capable of, and quite frankly means that I'm not capable of in the car. So I really just gotta keep it smooth, keep it calm, and just remember. Ooh, big lockup, and remember that you pass not entering the corner, but you pass exiting and going through corners. Looks like we got a big mistake out of what looks to be P3, unless there's some guy super far ahead of all of us. Ooh, a little bit of rear end slide there, saving it with a bit of throttle. Let's see, cutting all the way into the curb, then opening it up very slowly. Gives us a nice run. I think the AI don't necessarily take the exactly optimal line through that final corner, which is a bit of a shame. Ooh, hear the tires squealing. Looks like we might be making this move stick. Still going side by side. Wow, they got back ahead of us. I really did not have that on my bingo card. Kind of thought we had that sealed off. Maybe I could have cut back on them coming out of 3. Okay. We're gonna get a nice run down this hill. Make sure to blip those downshifts. Brake earlier than I think I need to here. There we go. It's hard because the track is so wide there that you don't really have a solid braking zone. And up the inside we go. There we go. Pass is done just later that lap. Okay, now we're sitting one outside the podium. Car in front of us gets it a little bit wrong, goes wide through the chicane. It's going to push them wide on the exit. Not going to give us an opportunity, it's just going to slow us both down. So the top, what is it, 5 or 6 of us here? All fighting. Yeah, there's, I guess all 6 of us are all here for the lead as we come up to 2 to go. Well, I guess we're coming up to the 5th lap, so. All right, our move down the back straightaway. Let's see, can we hold it through turn 1? Because we can hold it to turn 1. Ooh, that's some contact as we come together there. Just keep it calm, mind of a goldfish, car still driving just fine. Come on. Let's try it. Using the runoff to get side by side and then to the inside for the corner. Oh, rear end slips, touch of the curb. Oh, they hit the curb as well. As we back out, they give us the space. I could have gone in more aggressively. But because they gave us the space, but I didn't want to risk it. They give us the space again, but again, it's just such a terrible corner to make bad moves. Glad we're both giving each other the space as they take the inside there. All right, 3rd position is for them by the end of the lap. Although, what's this? Is this a run coming into the chicane? Covering off the inside, good idea. Because there's really no good way to make that move happen from where I was. Okay. I do not like making the move in the penultimate, or the corner before the penultimate corner. This final corner, the penultimate corner, I feel like is going to be an opportunity for me to make moves. It looks like the AI just don't take that optimally. They probably don't go flat out, if I'm guessing. But it seems like we were racing pretty even on the rest of the track. However, maybe I'm just getting a good draft. Uh-oh. Huge lockup. I did not mean to push all the way down into second like that. But I was gonna say, I'm only advancing on the car in front of me, so maybe it's a draft, maybe it's a run. But now we're side by side with a new car for second position. Let's see, they are gonna get in front of me. The fakie, we went with the fakie to the same move on the runoff, which gives us the inside going into the downhill. Which again causes us to get a little bit unstable on the rear end. As we get real close with that car. Ooh, close again. All right, I think we finally cleared him. But it looks like the leader used that opportunity that we were battling to really, really extend his lead. And I don't know how catchable that is now at this point in the race. Although the car is nice and warm, tires up to grip, brakes, everything is as optimal as it's going to be at this point in the race, so we're going to make a push for him. And let's see what happens on this straight, because we were always saying we're always making so much time on the car in front of us off of this last corner. So maybe with 2 laps, or I guess 1 more lap to go, 2 more opportunities through there, I guess. It looks like a Red Bull, which is actually hilarious that there's a solo Red Bull out in front. Although, I don't want to jinx anything, but are we getting closer? I think we are. Is this possible? There's no way that this is possible, right? No, no! Are you kidding me? Why does this always happen to me? Name a more iconic duo than me fumbling the bag. I cannot believe our last 2 Assetto Corsa races have ended with me fumbling the bag on the last lap. I don't even care how ugly that was. Oh man, I am so bummed. Is this 4th place now? Did we lose the podium completely? That is such a bummer. 4th place on the last lap. Honestly, name a more iconic duo than us bobbling it on the final lap. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Hopefully that didn't ruin your evening like it ruined mine. We'll see you in the next one.